Warning, the following episode of the Blackwell podcast contains spoilers from all episodes of Life is Strange.
Hi, welcome to the Blackwell podcast, where we love Life is Strange more than Max loves to draw in a journal. I'm Jamie, and once again I'm joined here by Joey.
Hello.
And today we have a very special guest today. We have none other than Alyzian.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
It's great to hear.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the show.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
So why don't you, I think most of us know who you are, and if they don't, shame on them, but for those of us that don't, why don't you, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do? I'm
gonna do that shortly. So I'm Alyzian, and I've drawn all my life, and I've been at Dontnod drawing for them for 3 years now. From the very beginning of Life is Strange till the end, and I'm still with them now, working on a vampire. So yep.
Oh, cool. I actually didn't know that you were on Vampire. That's really cool.
Yeah, because I'm both a concept artist and a UI artist on Vampire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what got you interested in art in the first place? What got you started?
Right away. So I've had an artistic fiber for as long as I can remember. First off, my mother was a creative crafter, and my father was a really skilled painter. So I've always lived among arts, and it's always been part of my life. They were just doing that as a hobby, though. So I only seriously started to draw at around 10. When my mother and I moved to basically I wanted to impress my new classmates and make new friends. Funny enough, I was just replicating Sakura card captor cards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I didn't even watch the show, really. I just liked the cards. And it didn't work much though, so I just kept on drawing for myself. And it had always been a part of me, and I can't dissociate with art, and I can't imagine my life without it, really. And I think it's the most effective and wonderful catalyst for mine. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, artist through and through.
Yeah. I mean, that's really great to hear, that kind of artistic background.
Yeah, it's really it throws you right into the the matter. Yeah, and you're really helped by people if you have creative people around you, you tend to be more creative, and you just don't have any boundaries, I might say, and you don't have any limits, and you don't have the social constructs of don't do art for a living.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know most people don't go into that path because of that, and I think it's really sad.
Yeah, you hear all the horror stories about how, do art and it won't ever amount to anything, which is kind of garbage. It's kind of don't say that to people.
Never do that. If parents are listening to us, don't do that. Just encourage people and even your friends and people around you to always express themselves in arts. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the next question that we have for you is, what was the transition from traditional artwork, with like pens, paper, and whatever, to to concept art and UI work in video games?
The thing is, I'm still doing the three of them. So there were not much of a transition. And I think traditional artwork have never left me during the whole process. Either it be concept art or UI art, even if it's two very different fields. I always start off with sketches and traditional work. For example, in Life is Strange, the work I did was mostly traditional media that then I implemented in the UI, and I'd call myself more of an illustrator before anything else. I just use traditional to hop from UI to concept and back and forth. But I've developed the two fields simultaneously during my school years, as we had to multitask. So I didn't have a transition. I just moved forward on every field at once.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Wow.
But it's really interesting that you can you can use your knowledge on every field you learn about on every other fields. You have to cross every media to have something new and interesting and to learn every day.
Mm-hmm.
So yep.
How did you get started at Dontnod?
So they needed someone to illustrate Max's diary, and someone I knew there passed my portfolio on, and it matched. And honestly, it was mostly luck that drove me there. And I was only supposed to stay for 3 months internship. I needed to validate my school year, but they kept me ever since. Because I've worked really hard to be useful, and I know I've improved faster in 5 months than in the 2 school years beforehand. And the proof is all over to see in the game, really. From episode 1 to episode 5, it's really different, and I can see it now. But yeah, it was mostly luck, and then hard work. So, yep.
I think quite clearly they made the right choice.
Yeah.
Oh.
The artwork in the journal is absolutely phenomenal. Jamie and I often go on about how great it is, how amazing it is.
Oh. You're too nice.
Because I'm gonna be honest. When I got the limited edition of the game and opened the art book and saw like all the journal art, I almost cried because I was just so happy at seeing it like in my hand. I was just so overwhelmed. I love it so much.
Oh. That's really cute.
Okay. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, let's just go into the question.
Right. So the next question is, do you have any advice you'd like to give to aspiring artists who like to work within the game industry?
Yep. I would tell them to always stay determined and to stay thirsty for knowledge and inspiration from the world around them, and mostly to connect, to go to events, attend masterclass, and always fuel your portfolio up with original work, and never stop drawing really and improving on your own. And working on games or game projects on your own is the most effective way to gain first experience and contacts if you are in team. And you always keep contact with the team if there are good elements, and they improve as you improve. So you have the same level of experience, and that's how you get familiar with the industry, and it's always a reassuring plus on your CV. Yeah, for yep.
And CV is resume for our American listeners. If you did.
Yeah, sorry. It's the
no, it's fine.
How do you call that? Yeah.
Yeah, we call it resume. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I think we have quite a bit of European listeners as well,
Yep.
and we call it CB. So,
it's Latin, so yeah, it's a European thing.
Do you think that fan art is a good thing to pad your portfolio with, or do you think that it should focus on mostly original works?
It's more interesting to see original works, to see how you can do on your own, because fan art is just about things that have already been thought through, and you sometimes you have to develop your own style, and fan art is a good thing to make you known throughout the community, because mostly it's the most popular thing. You gotta be honest. It's hard to break through with only original work. But yeah, it's more interesting for companies to see original work, I think. To see where your mind can go and what you can do, really.
Right. Okay. It's I'm not much of an artist, but I think that's probably a good point for any aspiring artists.
Yeah, that's what I think. And then I'm not. I don't have the God's words, I might say, but yeah, that's what I think.
So with any original work or anything like that, is there any dream project that you would love to do artwork for? Like, you have a dream?
I have lots of dreams. No, really, I have lots of dream projects I'd want to work on, mostly on my own to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of illustrations, I dream one day to team up with someone, because I can't write for shit, really. I mean, I can write, but I can only write bits and thoughts, and I can't do a scenario or plan things, longer things. Mm-hmm. So I would like to team up with someone who can to illustrate children's books or concept novels. Really, I would like to illustrate novels and maybe do comics and on one side. And what I would love to do the most is to draw tattoos.
Oh.
I'm really into tattoos. And I'm also really interested in clay sculpting and making plushies. So it's not illustration, but it started off with artworks. So yeah, it's kind of the same.
And I've seen on your Tumblr that you actually did a couple of designed a couple of tattoos for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was mostly fans who wanted tattoos for Life is Strange themed things. Yeah, it was commissions, really.
Gotcha.
But I think it's really interesting that people are willing to have my artwork on them, and I think tattoos are a really great way to express yourself and to show your soul to the world without saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I saw which I don't know. It would take a very, very skilled tattoo artist, I think, to do some of to translate some of your work. But like I think it was the wolf that you did has like kind of like the galaxy as the blood. Oh my god.
Yeah, but the thing is, the picture that she uploaded was not the tattoo. It was a tattoo test with with paper transfer.
Yes.
She wanted to try it out, so it was the original drawing. Yeah.
That image though. Sorry to gush, but that image is amazing. I loved it.
Oh, thanks. I really like to do more things like that for people. Really. I might even be a tattoo artist one day.
Oh, cool.
I would love that, really. I plan on training for that. one day.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, it's definitely, I think, a better industry to be in now. Now that they're like more widely accepted, and it's more of an like international thing, and there's better health regulations and stuff like that. So definitely.
Yeah. I totally agree. It's becoming more popular by the day and more accepted. Not in every field, though, yet. But there are also a lot of tattoo artists that are rising. It's becoming a trend. So yeah. But I really want to do something meaningful. That's all I want to do.
Well, in a couple of years, when you're a tattoo artist, I'll have to get you to do a tattoo for me.
Yeah.
all right.
Agree.
I'll wait for you.
I mean, I'm kind of since you kind of mentioned that you'd like to do illustrations or comics, just you saying that reminded me of the comic strip that you did a while ago of basically Chloe in the hospital bed.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I had a request from Tumblr, a Tumblr user that wanted to know what would have happened if Chloe didn't die and just woke up at the hospital. And I didn't think could do that in any other way than with a comic. So, yep.
They should bring you on to do like a epilogue comic.
I don't know. We'd have to find someone that could write better than me. But I think it's mostly for the fans to make, really.
Yeah, the fan art has taken off. This is well, I don't know. It could be also that this is really the only fandom that I'm a part of, but the fan art here is like, and there's a lot of it, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, we have an awesome community, really, and really, really loving, really caring, and they're all awesome, really. Yeah, and I got to know some of them, and they're all really sweet and all amazing, and yeah, they create a lot of stuff based on Life is Strange, and it's really. I don't have any other words than amazing. It's really fulfilling, really, to see that people just do stuff with your work and get inspired by you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine the. I don't know. I can't even wrap my head around the type of emotions that would bring. Inspire work like that.
Yeah. It really make you have to stay humble all the time, but it just I can't believe it, really.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. So within Life is Strange, are there any characters that you specifically relate to? If so, who are they, and why do you relate to them?
So it was really a really hard question for me because I love them all, and I didn't imagine them, but they since Life is Strange is kind of my first big project, so my first baby I've worked on, so I can't differentiate them. But I could say Max because I had to be in her head to draw that journal. But other than that, I'd say I'm mostly a Chloe because it doesn't seem like it, but I can often seem aggressive and sarcastic in real life. Mm-hmm. But there's more to it than that, and I think there's really, really more to Chloe than we let to than what she shows, really.
Right.
But it's mostly playful, and she stays positive somehow, and yeah, that's what I like about her.
I hope I hope you don't have the inclination to shoot at bumpers in the junkyard.
No, I'm not that kind of people. So yeah, I'm mostly part Max and part Chloe. That's about it.
Okay. So, in Life is Strange, there's a bunch of analogies and analogs and stuff to spirit animals. What what would you consider to be your spirit animal?
It would be totally a reptile. Maybe it'd be a crocodile or a bearded dragon, because they're really chill and mostly not giving a fuck. but always watching. They're always watching you, and but when you get close to them, they get freaky wild and unstoppable, and even loyal and loving. I'm really into reptiles. They're really powerful bastards. Love them. So yeah, it would be a crocodile. Mostly people call me alligator, because Alyzian alligator. So yeah.
That's a good nickname.
I love it. So yeah, I don't have to complain.
So we're just kind of taken away by that answer. Okay. Alright, so now this question, it's standard. Every interview that we have. So, Bay, B-A-E, or Bay, B-A-Y?
You pronounce them the same?
Mm-hmm.
I would say definitely Bay, B-A-E.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a... I'm a price field trash, really. I've drawn a lot of them, and yeah, I really like that ship. They're too precious, and I love Chloe. And after all you've done in the game, it would be a shame to just let her die. Even it would be just the most beautiful thing to do, and the more wise thing to do, but I'm not wise. So yeah. Everything for Chloe. Really?
Save the wisdom for the scholars. Save Chloe. All right, so we got quite a few fan questions. Even as we'll get to, it seems like a really big fan of yours. But Kothi actually submitted a question. He's actually a very popular musician who's done several songs based on Life is Strange.
I really like his work, really. It's really amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He asked, how do you decide what direction you want to approach a project from, as far as color work, added design elements, or style changes?
So I'm that type of person who don't think these things through enough. I always start off with feelings and emotions and build around that. And everything goes towards underlining the primal emotion. And it's like 60% instinct and 40% common codes of like even the color I use or everything I add to my drawings. And I hardly change the style, but it's always instinctive. I really don't plan anything. I know it's a shame and I shouldn't do that. Don't do that. But it's just about freedom and letting go. So, yeah.
That's actually pretty awesome. I think from my from my standpoint.
Yeah, when Kofi sent in the question to us, he said he was a big fan of your artwork.
Oh, and I'm really a big fan of his too. I really like his work. Really, I listen to them quite often. So yeah, hello, Kofi.
So next question is from Captain Kirby. He'd like to know how much of the work you did for Life is Strange was predefined, and what did you do on your own initiative?
So that's the true funny thing there, because even as an intern and a junior, I was given complete freedom to illustrate that journal however I liked. It was really, really scary, but it was a big responsibility. But yeah, they just let me go freely, and only the style was decided then. And for like posters and the fact that it would be mostly sketches, that's the only thing that was settled. But except drawing elements relevant to the story and relevant to the game itself. So I had freedom of interpretation and to add whatever I liked as the hand of Max. So I decided to bring up watercolors and stickers, and even every single flyers and sticker is thought through. I know I said I hardly plan anything when I draw, but except for that was more tangible things. So I had to plan a little. So mostly for the flyers, like the stupid things I would write in them or things like that. But yeah, the journal was mostly my doing, and the doing of Alexi, the UI artist I worked with. And I had also complete freedom for the art gallery paintings and the remaining things as letters and in-game posters I did were defined. I only had to illustrate them. That's why I call myself more of an illustrator than anything, because it was hardly concept. So yeah, but yeah, I really liked doing the journal and the art gallery. Really.
That's awesome, because it's the details that really the details that we put into the game that I think more so than anything made it feel human. I mean, the game deals with very human, human emotions and stuff like that, but so it's really, really cool that that was all you, all the little details and stuff. I do have to ask, what's the deal with Hot Dog Man? I gotta know.
Okay, that's not me. That's Edouard,
okay.
our lead concept artist. He just decided to do a hot dog, and people liked it. He didn't even expect it to be so popular. But we laugh about it a lot, really. It really became a thing.
It took off, it did. So Mike Hetty wants to know, how's your workspace and workflow? Do you listen to music while you work? And do you have any habits before or after work?
So my workspace is just like I am. My workspace is a complete mess with cups and dozen different pens around and plushies and a few toys. And I just like my workspace to feel like home. So yeah, and as I don't really have any habits before or after work. Just maybe before, when I arrive, I like to have just a cup of cocoa when I work, but that's it. That's about it. And maybe have a plushie around just to lean on it. Yep. And yeah, and I'm always listening to music as well. Never the same style, but I'm always having music to concentrate, to focus, because otherwise I just can't with all the people around me to just stay focused. As for my workflow, it's less messy, really. It's for example, for Life is Strange, like for the flyers and the stickers. I forced myself to be to have more framework, so I brainstormed a lot, a bunch of ideas, and write it down as a list, and then I tried to see if I can mash them up, and I came up with stupid stuff, and So yeah, and I just did a bit of research for references, and I was good to go.
She also is a big fan of yours. Of course, I think everybody who's played Life is Strange is. She's also a fellow artist, so I think that'll hopefully help her out, kind of get her head around.
Yeah, I don't know her, but yeah, just keep your thing going, and yeah, stay determined.
His next question is from. It's from.
How do you pronounce that?
I'm gonna go
Hunerman.
I'm gonna go on a Hunerman.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Hunerman.
Yeah.
So they'd like to know, where do you get your inspiration from, and what artists influence you?
So, yep, as I said earlier, I was mostly inspired by emotions and vivid feelings. So it's mostly instincts, dreams, and I'm really inspired by nature as well, and just the world around me. And I just listen to my mind wandering a lot, randomly, stupid jokes, real life scenes, and I write thoughts down. So yeah, and I want, as for the artists, it would be really hard for me to name them all, because there are really amazing artists out there. And just for a few, I wander a lot on Pinterest. There's a lot to see there. Mm-hmm. But the few I can think of now is I really like Loish. I really like what Bobs might do, Macbeth for the more street style stuff. With more classical artists, I really like Musha, for example. And nowadays, I'm mostly inspired by modern cartoons that I watch a lot. So, yeah, I didn't have really the time to brainstorm all the names of the amazing artists I follow, but I follow a lot of them. So, yeah, sorry. But I'm mostly passionate about weird and whimsical artists, really.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if it's not really precise. But yeah.
So Chris Anderson wants to know, do you find time to work on personal art for yourself as well as your job or commissions? And how important do you think it is to have that balance between art as a job and as a hobby?
So, yeah, that's a tricky question. I think having a job based on your passion is something absolutely amazing and fulfilling, really. But lately, it's been hard to find time for my personal projects. Though I think it's really important to squeeze some time for that at all costs. Because art as a job, even though it's really cool and you get to live from your passion and really have fun, it might get frustrating from time to time. But mostly because you have to respect a certain framework. You don't have complete freedom. For example, having a client changes the perspective and can even be stressful when you try your best and you are anxious about them being satisfied. And I always try my best, you know.
Right.
And yeah, personal stuff is a way to vent out for me. As I said, I start off with emotions and from them all into it. And I think it crystallizes them, and they are the expression of my deep self, I might say, and kind of milestones, yeah, of my path. And I think balancing the two of them is keeping your sanity, really. It's important to have the two of them really separated, and to keep your thing going. Always keep your thing going to improve and to evolve, because your job and your personal life will impact on one another. Mm-hmm. So it's important to keep them healthy, both. Yep.
I think that is a really solid advice, even beyond art, but
yeah,
especially
for everything. Yeah, so it's life we're talking about.
Okay, so our next question is from Edward. Funny enough, Edward Kaplan. He said, he wants to know, I heard you were doing both concept art and UI nowadays. Which do you prefer? Don't you think concept art is so much cooler?
That's totally a loaded question, because... Hello, Edward. I think both of them have very different aspects of creativity. UI is more about logic and interactivity with the player, which is cool. But I have to admit, my heart goes for the freedom and illustrative side of concept art. And I'm totally not saying this because my lead is cool. So yeah.
He also wanted to know, when you were a kid, did you picture yourself working under a giant poly tarp when you'd be older?
Oh boy, I would have never dreamed of it. I've always gone with the flow without worrying about my path, and the only thing I ever knew was that I was going to draw my way out of life. And that's about it. And I should return the question to him tomorrow, really.
What Jimmy and I had a bit of confusion about what did you like were y'all actually working were you two actually like working under a literal tarp, or is this some like, what is a poly tarp, I guess?
What is a poly?
I guess we should have
looked into this before.
Yeah. Because what I thought he meant is like at one point you two were underneath like an actual literal tarp, like the things that you like put over tents and stuff to keep the rain out.
Oh fuck! Excuse me. I just understood what he meant. No, it's really it's a private joke. Oh, you're such a dummy. Because we literally just bought. I thought Polytop was just a way of saying like a big company.
Uh-huh.
But funny thing is, we just bought a giant Polytop, like a real one, to shelter us both from the sun. Like our office is we don't have walls around us. We just have big windows that are inclined because we are at the top of the building, and the sun is shining right through the windows on us, and we can't work that way. So we bought a giant polytop, like 3 meters on 4 meters, and we just spent the whole afternoon, both of us, hanging it on the ceiling. Oh my god, what a day. Fuck, Edward. So, yeah, it was funny. And I didn't imagine I would work under a giant polytop when I was a kid. Yep.
Funny where life will take you, I guess.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that is all the questions that we have for you. Thank you so much, so much for being with us and
thank you for receiving me. That was fun.
Oh, it was, yeah. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
It was my pleasure, really.
So that was Alyzian. How do you say it? And what's the correct pronunciation and not our poor English pronunciation?
In English it would be Alyzian, but in French it's just pronounced Alyzian.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty close, really.
So As Alyzian, thank you again so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. And keep doing a great work. You're doing great.
Thank you.
We should probably wrap this episode up.
All right. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, that is all we have for this episode. We will be with you. As far as applications for new co-hosts go, keep sending them in.
Deadline's April 1st.
Deadline is April 1st. And we'll start, after April 1st, we'll start doing the interviewing process, and we'll move from there. Of course, YouTube side of things, like, comment, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Thank you all, and we love you. Thank you for listening.
See everybody next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.